reloaded, and we'll get more of that to come, but we got the start coming up.
So on the line, ready to take off. As you can see the athletes, and they are now off.
On the left of your screen, that's Tierney Wolfgram of Math and Science Academy. She is one of the favorites in this field. Now, she had a disappointing Griak in 2017. Heat got to her. She finished 17th overall. But you have to believe that Tierney is going to go out with a lot more confidence and really motivated to win this race this time around.
Yeah, it feels like there's just like about a 40 to 50 degree difference in temperature. You can mostly throw last year's results out.
And it's going to lead to much better times. The question here for me, too, is, will anyone break 18 minutes? We have a couple girls definitely capable of doing that. Only the course record here is 17:45.10, set back in 2005. Only 28 girls have broken 18:30 on the Griak course all time, so I think we're headed toward that line, too. Right now, Tierney Wolfgram is in the lead. Right off to her shoulder on the right is Emily Covert in that blue uniform. Those two are definitely battling at, and behind them, Loren Peterson of Farmington really coming on strong this year. That's a very good top three group right now. But as we talked about, Wolfgram, just a sophomore, really confident and wants to get this win. She's battled Covert before in a lot of big-time races and has had her number. So it's going to be quite the matchup here.
And no sign of the, let's see, are the pings in the mix?
Not yet. I do not see Grace or Lauren in the mix. I'm confident that we'll at least see one of them at some point. Grace led much of the race before Covert took over last year and has looked good this year. But there's that lead pack and then some secondary packs forming.
The two top 10 finishers from Foot Locker coming into this race. That's incredible.
Lauren and Grace are actually a little bit back. Didn't get off to the greatest of starts, so they're going to have to make up a lot of ground. Probably about 50 meters back from the leaders here.
This top 3 or 4 got off to a fantastic start, just wasted no time going straight to the front. And again, you do not want to be caught weaving through the masses here because these 4 are broken away
right from the go. Now, I think Emily and Tierney are both capable of running very, very fast times. It'll be interesting to see how long Loren can hold on in the orange uniform for Farmington. She's a senior. She got to NXN last year. She's very, very experienced, but is she at that level now? I mean, she's trying to make a case for it right now in that top 3. So this could be a very good performance from Loren, too. So Naperville North has a couple girls to watch out for. Maybe might form in that secondary pack. Alex Morris is their number 1, has run at 3 miles for much of the year. She was top 5 at the First to Finish Invitational for Naperville North, and they had a very, very good performance there. But, other girls to keep in mind, Campbell Peterson, Lucy Westlake, the very great freshman for that squad. Naperville has a lot of great talent, and they're hoping to make a good case here with a win moving on toward the season, too. So now Wolfgram sliding off the lead a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Still pretty early. They're just now through a K, but you could look at that one of both ways. Plenty of time for her to rally, but it's also very early to be falling off the pace. So we'll see when we catch up. Ooh, she is falling back right now, Corey.
Yeah. I wonder what's happening.
But Covert running well.
And in 4th place, Anna Kelly from Northern Michigan, just a freshman, running pretty well. She's behind Wolfgram right now. Dana Fayen in 5th. She was also one of the contenders for a good finish here. And Yorkville, I failed to mention, but Yorkville is nationally ranked, and they are really trying to compete with Naperville North for an Illinois state title and maybe an NXN berth, too. So Yorkville could very well have a great performance here.
Covert looks like she's trying to just run away with this before they even reach the mile.
Yeah, and That is not surprising. She's run extremely well. She opened up her season at St. Olaf in 1707. You know, high school cross country, we often rely on things called speed ranking or speed ratings, which evaluate how good a performance is at 5K. She has the third best speed rating this season from St. Olaf. So Covert, not surprising that she's in the lead here. After 1K, Lauren Ping and Grace Ping finding their way back. Ninth. Lauren is in 9th place right now. Grace Ping 12th place at the 1K marker. So we'll maybe see a little bit more of the Pings.
Peterson's still battling, though. Definitely Covert.
Is she smiling right now?
Yeah, it does. I was going to say that earlier. Covert keeps what it looks like smiling, maybe taking the Eliud Kipchoge approach and smiling while racing.
You know what is funny, though? It's been said that Emily Covert has conversations with her competitors while she's running in races. Now, that could be
different.
Maybe a conversation happening by Emily Covert, maybe wondering how Lauren's doing. And
or a little gamesmanship even, too. But, no, she definitely is smiling and also would appear to occasionally be chatting, but she's going to eventually run away far enough where she's not going to have anybody to talk to. So Covert takes a little peek. Checks her blind spot there. She's really starting to roll now.
Yeah, Covert is a top distance talent in 2019, too. I mean, she really has she made a breakthrough last year as a junior winning this race, but it carried over throughout the rest of the season. And then she had great indoor and outdoor track season. And, you know, from the looks of it, Emily could very well continue that run this season. I mean, for her, she's going to try to compete for a national title. It's going to be tough with a girl named Caitlin Toohey. But Emily Covert's certainly in the mix as one of the top girls in the country, and in her class could be one of the best.
The smile is definitely a thing now, Corey. We've seen it enough to say it's an established element here. She's passing. I got friends, family, and fans and giving the smile, so you know she's feeling good.
Look at this. I mean, she's from Minneapolis. Her school is Washburn. I mean, she's got a lot of the home vibes going in her corner right now. And, you know, I think we talked earlier in races about how much they hurt. I mean, for her, it looks like how much joy she's getting from this right now.
Right, and you're going to enjoy it when you're in the lead. But if she can keep that smile all the way to the finish, I think she'll have a pretty good day.
Yeah, and I knew she would be, you know, a good favorite to maybe go after this title, but I didn't realize how much she was ready for this. I mean, you look at Tierney fading a little bit in third, and Lorenz right there as well. But Covert is in a league of her own right now, and that's fascinating to see. I think we haven't seen much of the pack forming at this point, but it'll be – I mean, there's plenty of teams that are vying for that or jockeying for that position, so we'll have to see where that kind of stands at this point too.
I think the course record is
in
under
jeopardy.
Threat. Yeah, I think it's in jeopardy today.
Well, if she can break 18 minutes, that will be quite an accomplishment on its own. The record 17:45.10, set back in 2015 by Elizabeth Yetzer of Lakeville North.
We'll see where she's at for 3K. Coming up in about a minute and a half.
And there we see Lauren and Grace Ping have made their way into 4th and 5th. That's Lauren in front, the 8th grader from Cotter. Grace, sophomore from Cotter, has all sorts of age group records for the 5K back in maybe her 13-year-old year and 12-year-old year.
Wow. It's over. The race we thought would be, you know, hotly contested, it's the Emily Covert show here.
And this is zoned in Emily Covert, you know, absent of fans maybe around on the corners and on the lines. This is zeroed in Emily just trying to make her way through this course.
I think she's still smiling, though. They still have plenty of reason to smile. Man, just effortless stride, perfect cadence. She's a machine out there.
And she's been running in Minnesota since her 7th grade year. Won a maroon race, I believe, in 2014. Made her way up eventually to the gold race, and last year claimed her first title, but looks like there's no doubt this time she's going to claim it again. Here's how the team race is playing out. In the background, we have Naperville North in the orange. Edina's in the white. We got a couple of Edina girls trying to work their way through the field. Heading right into the 3K split here, about 10:06. Looks like for Covert. And she's using that momentum to get down the hills.
Believe, let's see this, we'll see what they.
Yeah, fourth, it looks like Lauren Grace, freshman. And here's a pack. So Edina here in the orange, they have two right here toward the top. That's Alex Morris, and it looks like possibly Campbell Peterson. Yorkville in the red also in the mix. If Yorkville can make some moves in their lineup, I think Yorkville has a shot to win this. As we see in the back pack here, I think some red here belongs to Yorkville. Naperville definitely isn't guaranteed a win here. As we saw in the boys race, Edina had to get it late, but Olaf North came away with a really surprising second place effort. So plenty of teams that could make a run here in the later stages of the race. Emily, yet again, just rolling through this hard course.
Yeah, she's going to approach the mile to go pretty soon. Some athletes still passing that 3K point.
3 teams are ranked, or 6 teams overall ranked heading into this race. The Wayzata girls, who were number 2 overall nationally, Naperville North, number 4, Edina girls, Downer Grove South girls, Yorkville girls, and St. Michael Albertville. All those teams will be looking to finish in the top 5, maybe even go for a podium, but obviously not all of them can make the podium, so it'll be a fight to the finish.
It's going to be close with this course record, I think. We'll see if Covert can get it done all by herself. .17:45 is that Griak record. And the smiling Emily Covert looking to get it done. Nobody in sight.
Emily's a great 2-miler on the track. She finished the indoor season last year with the #1 2-mile time, and she performed very well, in the outdoor season. Not really known for 800-meter speed, although she's gone 2:21.78. She's gone 4:47 for the 1,600-meter.
Pure distance runner.
For the most part. I think if we see some kick to her, that's like the last step for Emily Covert. If she kind of separates herself with a lethal kick, I think she's kind of unstoppable at that point.
So just coming up on about a K to go for Covert. No signs of fatigue at all.
Yeah, if she gets there in under 14 minutes, I mean, that's going to be really remarkable. To put this in perspective, so she just hit the 4K split, it looks like, just under 14 minutes. This year, both the Pings ran a 4K race, and they finished around 15:40 for a full 4K. So yeah. Emily Covert is absolutely rolling right now.
Definitely. Charging up that hill. Wow, look at the way she attacked that. There's just no quitting her at all. I mean, not that she'd have any reason to, but in the sense that she's not like resting on her laurels. She is continuing to just gobble up the ground here on this course. I think she knows that there's a course record at the end of this race if she can finish.
Yeah, and we often hear about grand performances from, you know, girls like Caitlin Toohey, you know, in New York, and Kelsey Camille in New York, but Emily Covert maybe hasn't had that, you know, touchstone moment, but it looks very well like she could have that right here at Griak. Tierney has taken back second place, maybe about 80, 100 meters back. Tierney is now in second place. Loren Peterson trying to hold on as well in third.
We're coming up to it. It's going to be a couple minutes till Covert hits the finish line in a race by herself.
And it's going to be up to her to just kind of keep that foot on the gas. You know, you can't let up even though you're so much in front. You're going to have the wherewithal to finish out this race.
Wow.
He is rolling.
Still a smile. She's had about 7 to 10 moments where she's just had a full smile across her face. Looks like she's having the time of her life, and why not? There, maybe just a little bit of pain hitting the face, so she's coming close. Just a couple more turns before she heads to a straightaway.
And it is more than likely that she is going to break 18 minutes here. A year ago, 18:13 to win. Ranked number 5 in the country right now on mile splits national rankings, but
here we go. Course record in sight here. She's going to get up on top of this hill and sprint towards the line. Covert, no doubt about it, for the entire race.
And there it is, a little bit of that kick. She's stretching out right now in that stride. Really moving fast. This is one of her best performances of her career. Emily Covert has been waiting for a really great moment. I think it came last year at Griak. You know, it's no surprise it's coming right now, a year later here at Griak.
She is going to crush this course record. Griak record, 17:45 coming in. Look at the clock, folks. Emily Covert, one of the best runners in the nation. She's showing why today. There's the smile.
Look at that smile.
And she's going to take the win with ease and dominant fashion.
Unbelievable performance.
About 17:28 unofficially. It looks like she had plenty of energy to spare. What a run for the senior.
Nearly 16-second best from that course record. And the funny part is Tierney Wolfgram did not have a bad outing either. She's going to come under 18 minutes for this course as well. So that just shows you how impressive Emily Covert's win today was.
Wow. Fantastic run.
There's Curtis Johnson, Emily Covert's coach, going over to him. Loren Peterson finishing third there. Looks like Lauren Ping, fourth. Grace coming in at sixth. Now the battle for the team title begins. Where exactly does Naperville North stand? Has Yorkville had enough to gain those points?
Story of the day, though, Covert destroying the course record.
See a couple Yorkville girls coming in.
Hard to tell with Covert so far ahead with the team battle, how it shook out. So we'll have to see, because this was an important one on that side as well.
Looks like almost all of Naperville's runners are in. I haven't seen Wayzata. I think they're wearing their blue uniforms, though. Yep. Wayzata's team's coming through right about now. I don't know if it's enough to do it for the number 2 team.
Ladies and gentlemen, up here on the PA stage near the finish line, we have not only the Griak champion in that high school girl gold division, but a two-time Roy Griak Invitational champion, Emily Covert from Washburn. Tell us a little, if you can get through all the giggling, tell us a little bit about the race and how it unfolded.
Yeah, so it went out pretty fast. Yeah, I had like so many girls out there with me, so it was just so nice to have them. And through the second mile, I have this prayer book I look at, and the quote for the month was, "God is within her, she shall not fail." So I just kept on repeating that over and over again, and I was just like, I was not trying to get in my head like, oh, you're tired. I just kept on repeating that. So I think it just like pushed me through the third mile and then through the finish, yeah.
Well, it obviously worked today. You won handily today, as hard as it may have been, and an outstanding field here for you. So tell us a little bit about the rest of the season and big plans for you coming up.
Yeah, so my main goal is just to keep PRing, like just bettering myself. I honestly, like, the places don't matter if you're just bettering yourself each time.
Well, she won it last year running 18:13. She was 17:30, maybe a bit better today. I'd say you're improving greatly.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, a two-time Griak champion, Emily Covert.
you make it?